press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, in the previous class you will learn about the key learning points and also the purpose of separation of the components of a mixture. See, there are many points will be there for separation of components of a mixture, in which first one is to remove the undesirable components which is present in the mixture. See, the first purpose is to remove the undesirable components which is present in the mixture. For example, rice and the wheat. See, the rice and the wheat contains the small stool and also the starch. And some other pieces of leaves will be also present in that mixture, like rice and the wheat. See, in the first purpose is what? Undesirable components like stones and the starch, which is not a desirable components. It is that's why it is a undesirable components, which both these components will be thrown away from the food items, and that's why it is called as undesirable components. Whereas the rice and the wheat, which has desirable components which we take as a food. See, this is how in the first purpose is undesirable components we have to remove from the food items like rice as well as the wheat. So many examples will be also there. Just I will take the two examples here, and the first purpose and the second purpose is to remove the impurities to obtain the pure sample. See, remove impurities to obtain pure sample. See, this is the second case or the second purpose. See, to remove the impurities which is present in the mixture, see, first we have to remove these impurities in a mixture, and thereby the pure substance will be obtained. These pure substance will be helpful for in the research technologies and also laboratories, different types of industry, factories. These are all the cases where pure sample is very much required. See here, second purpose is what? To remove the impurities to obtain the pure sample. These pure sample is make use for the research center and factories, industries and laboratories. And the third one is to separate out the useful component. See, to separate useful components. See, to separate the useful components. See, if a mixture having the useful components and the non-useful components, both the components will be present in the mixture. See here, the third purpose is to separate the useful components which is present in the mixture. For example, if while extracting the crude petroleum from the earth, as you studied in the 5th standard about the extraction of the petroleum, see, while extracting the crude petroleum, there are so much of fuels will be there, and see, I will write here. See, third case, as I told, useful components obtained here. See, for example, as I told, crude petroleum. See, while extracting the crude petroleum from the earth, there are so much of fuels will be present in this mixture. See, for example, diesel, kerosene, wax, oil, petrol. These are all the components of the mixture which is present in the crude petroleum. See, this is the crude petroleum is a mixture which contains the different types of components. In the third purpose is that useful components we have to remove or separate out from the mixture. See, these diesel, kerosene, wax, oil, petroleum which have many more uses, like petroleum, diesel, kerosene which helpful to run the vehicle, and the wax is also used for many other purpose. See, like that the purpose of separating the components which is present in the mixture as we learnt. See, as I told, the mixture is nothing but a substance containing two or more components can be combined in any ratio to form the mixture. In any ratio, these components will be formed or present, and this is called as mixture. See, for example, I will write here. See, consider this is the beaker. See, in this beaker, water is present. And also sugar is added to the water. See, here water is acts as a solvent because it dissolves many solutes, and the sugar is acts as a solute which we have to pour into the water. See, usually this water is taken in a large quantity, and that's why it is called as solvent, it having the power to dissolve many substances, whereas the solute, that is nothing but the sugar which we take in a small quantity and try to pour into the water, and afterwards there is a solution is formed, and that is nothing but the sugar solution. Sugar solution. See, this sugar solution is also a mixture because we take here two or more components can be combined in any ratio. See, here not a particular ratio we have to taken here. See, water about half a beaker we have to take, and sugar we have to take in a small quantity, and here no proper ratio will be there, and that's why it's called as a mixture. See, here a substance containing two or more components can be combined in any ratio to form a mixture. See, two or more substance which we mixed in the water, or it will combine in to forms the mixture. See, now we can easily say the definition of the mixture. A substance containing two or more components can be combined in any ratio to forms the mixture. See, this is how the mixture will be there. This one is the example 1, and one more example is there, and that one is the example 2. That one is a air. See, if we consider the air is having the various types of gases like helium, neon, argon. See, these are all the different types of gases, and even carbon dioxide and oxygen is also a gases which is present in the air. See, air contains the gases and the water vapor and the dust particle. See, water contains the gases, as I told, carbon dioxide, oxygen, helium, neon. These are the different types of gases which is present in the air, and the water vapor means what? Moisture will also contain the air. See, and the dust particle is also present in the air. See, now we can easily say that air is a mixture, and whereas sugar solution is also a mixture because it contains two or more components. And so we can say that sugar solution and the air is a mixture here. See, next we shall move on to the methods of separation. See, there are several methods of separation will be there, and these methods can be used or depends on the basis of nature and the properties of a constituent materials which is present in the mixture. See, if we separate the components of a mixture, first we should know the nature as well as the properties of a such materials, and we use in our daily life. There are so many physical methods, and here we will discuss here some of the methods. And see, this method is useful or depends on the nature and properties of a substance. See, this method of separation is useful or depends on the nature and the properties of a substance. If we know the nature and the properties of a substance, we can easily separate these these components from a mixture. Say, there are various types of physical methods will be there to separate the component of a mixture. To separate components of a mixture. See, this is how the methods of separation will be takes place. See, once again I will tell you, if we separate the methods of separation, there are various types of methods of separation will be there. Based on these methods of separation, separation of a mixture will depends on the nature as well as the properties of a constituent substance which is present in the mixture. And also we used many types of a physical method in our day-to-day life. For example, see, if we separate the components of a mixture, first we know the nature as well as the properties of a substance. See, this is how we can remove the components of a mixture by using the different types of physical methods. One by one we will discuss here. See, I will write here one by one. In which first one is hand picking method. See, hand picking method. This is the first method. As the name only indicates that hand picking. By using our hand, we pick the undesirable components which is present in the food items like rice and the wheat. Rice and the wheat. See, you all noticed in your home, your mother is picking the stones and different types of leaves which is present in the rice as well as in the different types of pulses. See, usually she will pick up the stones and different leaves in the rice items or the pulses. See, why? Because this is the physical method to remove the undesirable components from the desirable component. She will pick the food items. She will pick the food items like desirable components and the undesirable components before going to cook. See, this is how hand picking method is applicable. See, hand picking method is also used to remove the undesirable components. Undesirable components has to be removed by using the hand picking method. For example, stones, stalk, husk. See, husk and stalk is somewhat sippe and other things which is present in the rice items or the stock or the mixture which contains the rice as well as the wheat which contains the undesirable components. See, like that this method is also useful for small quantity. If we take the food items like rice as well as the wheat, we take in a small quantity, we can easily pick out. In large quantity, it is very difficult to pick out the grains from the mixture. Small quantity only it will applicable. See, the food items which contains the undesirable components like stone which are differ in their shape, structure and the color. We have to remove by picking up these undesirable components in the given mixture. See, this is how the hand picking method is useful. The definition of the hand picking method is a method of separation, to take out unuseful material or non-useful materials, undesirable. Non-useful means nothing but the undesirable materials, by hand is called as hand picking method. See, hand picking method is nothing but a method of separation to take out the undesirable materials by hand. We call it as a hand picking method. See, there is one activity is there. You can do this activity in your home also. See, in this activity, I will write here. See, the name of the activity is to study separation of stones from grain grains by hand, by hand picking method. See, this is the activity name. This activity is related to the hand picking method. It is a type of physical method. See, to study the separation of the stones from the grains by hand picking method. See what we will do. See, first you have given any food items like rice or the paddy. Thereby you take in a plate and afterwards you pick the stones which is undesirable one from the grains. You use your hand and pick up, and these can be separated from the hand undesirable components from the desirable components. See, this is how this activity will be done. See, in your home also you take the handful of grains and which is taken in a plate, and afterwards you pick up these stones or the different types of leaves which is present in the food items and separate out from the desirable components to the undesirable components. Like this, the hand picking method can be used as it is a physical phenomenon and it is used in a daily day-to-day activities. See, and the next one method is threshing. See, the next method is threshing. See, before going to the process or the method of threshing, let us learn some examples. For example, if you have given a bunch of grapes and also bundles of wheat stalk. See, in this example, see, first you have to given a bunch of grapes and a bundle of wheat stalk. If we tell them to remove the stalk from the grapes, you can easily remove the stalk from the grapes. Is it not? It's very easy to remove stalk from the grains, or the grapes will be removed from the stalk. Whereas in the second case, this one is the first case and this one is the second case, where the bundles of wheat stalk, it's very difficult to remove since the grains will be so small that it's very difficult to remove the grains from the stalk. See, this is how the difference between the bunch of grapes and the bundles of wheat stalk, which helpful to understand the process or the method of threshing. See, I will write here. See, during the harvesting stage, the people or the farmer will harvest these crops, and later at the maturing stage of this crop, like wheat as well as the paddy. Paddy is nothing but rice. These are the crops which the farmers harvest, and later at the base position he will cut out and make into a bundles. For example, see, consider this is the stalk of a wheat bundle. Here grains will be there. See, for removing these grains from the stalk, it's very difficult to apply hand picking method. See, since these grains are so small that it's very difficult to remove grains from the stalk. So that's why threshing process is applicable to do this process. Usually farmer, after maturing the crop, he will take out these bundles and make it into a bundles, and these crops will make it into a bundles, and later they will keep these bundles under the sun. Afterwards, when the seeds will separate out from the stalk, and later some seeds will be stick on to that stalk, and he will do the process, that one is a threshing process. He will take out these bundles and stuck on to the or beat to the hard substance or the hard stone, so that all the grains will stick out to this stalk will be separate out from the stalk. See, this is how the process of threshing will be takes place. And one more is there, here chaff will be removed from this process. Chaff is nothing but the grains are attached to the stalk. The grains are attached to the stalk or covered with a thin layer. Covered with thin layer, nothing but chaff, CHAF, chaff. See here, chaff is nothing but the grains are attached to the stalk, and this is covered with a thin layer, and this is nothing but the chaff. Chaff also removed from this process, that one is a threshing process. See, in olden days, people usually use the bullock instead of threshing process. The bullock will be easily they will remove the grains from the stalk. And nowadays technology has been improving. Machines, various types of machines have applied for this process. That one is a threshing process. See, by using the machines, it is time saving, and also it is work out more easily. See, like that the crops will be done here. See, first the farmer will make the bundles of the grain straw and keep into the dry under the sun. Afterwards, they will take out and beat into the hard substance, so that the grains will separate out from the stalk as well as the chaff. See, like that this process will be done. See, this is the continuous process after the hand picking. Like that this process will be continued. See, once again I will tell you. See, methods of separation. First one is hand picking method, and later one more is there, and that one is a threshing method. Hand picking, by using our hand we pick the desirable components from the undesirable components. And next one is threshing. Threshing process is the nothing but, in short, it is called as beat hard. If we take the stalk and beat hard, the grains will separate out from the stalk. See, before going to beat, first we take the stalk under the sun, so that it will dry up, and later the grains will easily separate out from the stalk. And see, chaff is nothing but the grains are attached to the stalk or covered with the thin layer, is called as chaff. See, what is the meaning of threshing? Threshing is the grains are separated from the stalk. See, I will write here. The grains are separated from stalk. The grains are separated from the stalk by the process is known as threshing. See, this is the definition or the process name. Say, the grains are separated from the stalk by the process of threshing. See, this is how hand picking and as well as the threshing process will be done. See, this is all about the methods of separation. Thank you.